So we may have just gotten the craziest news in Star Wars in a very, very long time. So this comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter, but not only is it on the Hollywood Reporter, basically every reporting station has reported on this because it is going to be such a big popular topic. And it says here that Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy is expected to retire this year. The prolific producer has presided over the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises through ups and downs since 2012. After more than a decade in a galaxy far, far away, Kathleen Kennedy is charting a course toward retirement. The Lucasfilm boss has told associates she plans to retire by the end of 2025, Puck reported Monday night. And honestly, this is something that we as fans have speculated for a very, very long time, at least the last couple of years, especially when things seem to be continuing going downhill. It seemed like she was going to retire here soon. But it does say here that reps for Kennedy and Lucasfilm were not immediately available for comment. Kennedy joined Lucasfilm in 2012 as co-chair alongside Star Wars creator George Lucas, and a few months later took the reins after Disney paid $4 billion for the company and Lucas exited. She relaunched the franchise beginning with J.J. Abrams' Star Wars The Force Awakens in 2015, which grossed more than $2 billion globally and reinvigorated the property as a big screen brand. Disney released a Star Wars film every year from 2015 all the way to 2019, and then took a pause following Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, which received a mixed response and earned just half of what Force Awakens had brought in just a few years earlier. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you know exactly the reasoning for this. The Last Jedi basically destroyed this trilogy. I mean, it didn't even give the third movie a chance, in the trilogy at least. So I don't really believe that this trilogy aligns with the Star Wars Skywalker saga, in my opinion, but some fans do, and that's okay as well, but I just definitely don't because I think it just puts such a stain on the Skywalker saga. As Lucasfilm boss, Kennedy held one of the most visible and scrutinized jobs in Hollywood, and it was not always smooth sailing. She fired Chris Lord and Phil Miller as directors of Solo, a Star Wars story, in the middle of production. She also sidelined Rogue One, a Star Wars story director Gareth Edwards, replacing him with Tony Gilroy, who was brought on to oversee reshoots, which that film did become a $1 billion hit. That movie was amazing, in my opinion. But I think that's a big issue that Kathleen Kennedy had was sidelining not only directors but projects. So a big example of this I think that they're going to talk about soon is the Daisy Ridley movie that was set to be coming out here pretty soon from rumors and things like that. But they also mentioned that Daisy Ridley was going to be coming back, and I think Daisy herself even said she was open to it and was planning on doing it. But then it got sidelined. And now we're just in this weird space of is it coming out or is it not? So it says other projects were promised that never materialized, such as Rian Johnson's trilogy, Think, Everything that did not become a thing, and another one overseen by Game of Thrones showrunners D.B. Benoit and David Weiss. Daisy Ridley's upcoming return to Star Wars has been languishing in development since being announced to fanfare almost 2 years ago. And that's the one I was talking about. I think that's a big example of just no transparency with the fan base here. But even as Star Wars struggled to return to the big screen, the franchise found newfound life on Disney Plus with The Mandalorian, launching in November 2019, along with the streaming service. It became a breakout hit, spawning multiple spin-offs, including the critically acclaimed Andor, which returns for a second season in April, as well as multiple shows that failed to hit the zeitgeist and sparked worries of diluting the Star Wars brand. And we know exactly what they're talking about there. They're talking about Star Wars The Acolyte, which has completely divided the Star Wars fan base once again. Probably one of the biggest divisions since Rian Johnson's Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. I think it's probably one of the biggest divisions of the Star Wars fan base since then. Coming up though, Lucasfilm has The Mandalorian and Grogu from director Jon Favreau due out May 22nd, 2026, as the first big screen outing for the franchise since Rise of Skywalker. And we know that's probably not getting canceled. I mean, that's a cash cow. And fans actually like it. So it goes on here to talk a little bit about Kathleen Kennedy's past and the movies that she's produced in the past. There are a ton of great movies on here like E.T., the Indiana Jones movies, Gremlins, The Goonies, the Back to the Future trilogy, just all incredible, incredible movies. And to think if she would have retired before helming Star Wars with Disney, she would have had one of the craziest production legacies probably of all time, especially for a female. But now she took on the Star Wars job and decided to just kind of tarnish this legacy that she already had with The Last Jedi and The Acolyte and dividing an entire fan base. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's just completely done in general. Like, I don't even think she could get a job somewhere else. At least not with like a trusted fan base like this. There's just no way. But again, no shade to Kathleen Kennedy. I'm happy she's retiring. Maybe we can find someone that's like a better fit for the role here. Someone that really cares and genuinely just wants to see Star Wars do great and understands the fan base. But I am definitely glad that she's retiring. Um, it says here that the news comes ahead of April's Star Wars celebration in Tokyo, where the future of the Star Wars franchise is expected to be unveiled. And that I'm really looking forward to. It should show the next couple of years, like the scope of what they're going to be releasing, movies and TV show wise. Hopefully, some games as well. But yeah, I'm really hoping that someone can fit in this role just a little bit better and someone that really resonates with the fan base and is willing to be as transparent as possible with the fans because I really do think we deserve it. It's the reason I wanted to start this channel in the first place was because of, like The Mandalorian, for example. During that time period when it came out, I was just really loving Star Wars again. And then recently we got The Acolyte, and it made me basically just stop creating videos for the channel. So when Star Wars succeeds, the fans succeed, and we're all very happy when Star Wars is doing well. So let me know what you guys think about Kathleen Kennedy retiring. Are you happy with it? I'm assuming a lot of you guys are happy with it. Are you upset about it? I mean, let me know. I'm sure there's very few of people that are upset by it, but let me know what you think. Do you think someone that's better can fill the role here? And just let me know what you think. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And I want to bring the channel back now. I think that we actually have a future of Star Wars that we can look fondly at. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.